No, do it now.
We are going to leave Andrew Strauss because Steve Bruce, who, of course, we all know loves his cricket, that's where he goes when he's not in management. He goes to watch some cricket, is preparing to speak for the first time as the West Bromwich Albion manager. We thought he'd walked away from football for good after his experiences at Newcastle, but as you can see, times have changed. Rob Dorset, our senior reporter, will be asking the questions for us. So, over to the Hawthorns.
Steve, it's Rob Dorset from Sky Sports News. Lovely to see you.
And you.
Welcome back to the Midlands. First question's an obvious one. Why on earth?
Yeah. Well, I always left it where until the phone rings, and I've had one or two opportunities, a couple from abroad, one in particular in this country, and I didn't even think about it. When I got the phone call off Ron, it was a different story to say, I fancy a little bit of a go with that. And basically, did I have the enthusiasm for it? Do I still want to work again? Yes. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity for me to go and enjoy management again.
You sounded pretty broken after what happened at Newcastle, and I think a lot of people inside of football felt for you on a very human level of when you spoke very openly and very strongly and passionately about how it affected you, how it affected your family. How do you reflect on that now?
Well, you reflect on it, and it was there, and you look at it, and you want it to go away, of course. And the only way you can do it, though, really, for myself, was to get back on the horse, and not take the whole criticism too far. And so that was the real thing behind me, was to put it behind me. It's gone, and move forward.
24 years you've been in football management. Did that one experience at Newcastle change you, though? Have you come back tougher? Are you a different person now?
Look, look, Newcastle's gone. It was a chapter of my football life, as you know. I want the club to do well under Eddie. I want them to succeed. It was a difficult time for me, but maybe in a few years people will think, well, finishing 12th and 13th wasn't so bad after all. So that chapter has now left me. I now want to look forward. I want to look forward to taking West Brom forward, and I'm very, very confident I can do that.
I appreciate that, Stephen. And can I ask you one more on Newcastle? They've gone at one place since you left. When you look at that now, they're 18th rather than 19th. You want them to escape relegation. Do you think they will?
I think so. I was always confident that my job was to keep them in the Premier League, and we did that a couple of years, and I don't think nothing's changed. They've added obviously a fair few to the squad, and I wish them, I can't say that enough, I wish them the best of luck, I really do.
Here now then, for you, why this one? You said you've turned other opportunities down. What is it about this one that appealed at West Brom?
Well, Ron very kindly offered me to buy me a cup of coffee, and I've known him for a bit now, and I met up with him, and he told me about the vision of the club and where it needs to be and where it wants to be. Let's be fair, this is a Premier League club. It's been 13 years out of the last 20 in the Premier League. So that's the attraction. I've always liked to think that I've had a decent time in the Championship. I'd love to make it 5, and that's what I'm here for. And if I didn't have the enthusiasm for it anymore, as soon as he made the call and asked me the question, I didn't hesitate to say, I'm going to have a crack at that. I'm going to enjoy this and relish the challenge.
Roy Hodgson's back in management as well. He's got a few years on you. He's 74.
Oh, yeah, I would like to think so. Yeah,
but is it a drug? Is it a
drug? Is it something inside you? It's what you. It's what you do. You go to work, and I think a lot of people, you know, when they get to a certain age and come to that retirement, it's very difficult, especially if you've been in football all your life. And I can understand why Roy's done it, and you know, I'm a spring chicken. I hope Roy doesn't mind that. Spring chicken compared to Roy, but yeah, I've been round it a long, long time, and I would like to think I've still got something to offer.
And you wouldn't have taken this job if you didn't believe West Brom could get into the Premier League with you in charge?
If I didn't think that West Brom can get in the Premier League, I wouldn't be sitting here. Absolutely.
Let's have a chat with Ron alongside you. Ron, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Congratulations on the new role for you as well. Why Steve Bruce?
Well, firstly, when we made the decision that we had to make the change, and they're never easy decisions to make, there was no recruitment process, to be honest. We knew straight away who we wanted. You know, when you look at the brief that we set ourselves, we needed experience. When you look at the position that we are in, I felt that, you know, there was one man, he was available, but I didn't know that until the phone call, and we were moving very, very quickly, who had the track record and the ability to take the club forward in my eyes. And, you know, so when I made the call to Steve, there was no doubt that he was the right man for the football club. It was just really, is that fire still there, as you asked Steve earlier, you know, and really it took him about 10 seconds to really show me that it was still there, and together we felt that we can take the football club forward. I mean, you know, everything happened so quickly, you know. I've been at the football club now for about 5 months on a part-time basis, but trying to stay behind the scenes and just looking at the club and how we can move forward and some of the issues that lie there and the challenges that lie there. And to be honest, that's a big, you know, it's a big difference being able to go inside the club and to spend that time looking. And then when the owner came to me and asked me if I would be prepared to take the club on, then there were certain criteria that I wanted guarantees on to make sure that I can, you know, the things that we've talked about, I can actually execute the programme. And, you know, we know what we need to do. West Brom are a big, big club, you know, and when I balance that with Steve, who's been in the situation that we find ourselves in, the Albion fans find themselves in, then there was no doubt in my mind and the board's mind that Steve was the right man to take the club forward.
Next question from me, back to you, Steve, if that's okay. You've managed Villa, you've managed Birmingham just down the road, you got Birmingham into the Premiership twice, into the Premier League twice. What's your message to the Albion fans today? He'll say, look, you've had a bit of a tough time at Newcastle, you've got a track record that's very, very impressive, particularly in this division.
Yeah.
What's your message to them?
Well, for all the Albion fans, I know that at the moment there's a disgruntlement, if that's the right word, and we've got to repair that, and the only way I can repair it is give them a team that they enjoy watching and show the spirit and the passion that this place has always had. You know, it's a tough working class area who enjoy their team to play with a certain way. I think that's synonymous with all the Midlands clubs, and put a smile back on people's faces again. The only way you can do it is by winning in a certain way, and that's what we're sent out to be and to do, and see where we can get the club and take it back to where it wants to be. Thank you.
Steve, you arrived just after the January transfer.
Steve Bruce, then, the new West Bromwich Albion manager. Nice to see him back. He looks pretty chirpy,
I can't change it,
doesn't he? We'll leave that news
at the
conference
squad.
there. And if there's anything interesting that is said, we will, of course, keep a close eye on it and bring it to you a bit later.